Deep trouble. They're in deep trouble. You saw October 7th, and you saw what the damage and the horror that they committed. People can't forget that. You know, they tend to forget it, but they can't forget. That was one of the most evil things I've ever seen, and you just cannot forget that.
So today, as part of this process towards peace, I can confirm the UK will recognise the State of Palestine by the United Nations General Assembly in September.
So you heard it there first. Keir Starmer coming out yesterday and telling us that he plans to recognise Palestine as its own state in September, with some caveats that we're going to cover in this video. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned and leave me a comment from the outset of what your views on this situation are. It's an evolving situation because, as we'll get into in a second, you know, we've got different views of opinion, let's say. So ultimately, why has this come about so quickly, so soon, when over the last nearly 3 years, it's always been sort of, from what I'm seeing, sort of not stagnation, but just inability to get people to the table. So unfortunately, there is a lot of impoverished people. People are dying of starvation. People are being treated in the most heinous way in Gaza right now. And everyone wants to blame Israel. Now, very interesting from President Trump there at the opening of the video, saying what happened on October the 7th will not be forgotten by Israel, never be forgotten by Israel. Hamas come over and they killed the best part of 1,500 people, women, babies, children. You don't cross those lines. That's why they're prescribed as a terrorist organisation from the UK. So what this ultimately is saying, let's have another listen to it, because it's just crazy.
So today, as part of this process towards peace, I can confirm the UK will recognise the State of Palestine by the United Nations General Assembly in September, unless the Israeli government takes substantive steps to end the appalling situation in Gaza.
So there you go, right? So this is what the message is. Come over our fences, utterly devastate our country, take 200 plus hostages, abuse them for a couple of years in tunnels, not seeing daylight, not getting food, not getting water, getting abused. And then, if you hold out long enough, we'll give you what you want. Well, I just think it's a disgrace. Honestly, I do. I think it's an utter disgrace. I don't think that it's fair. I don't think that we should even be talking to Hamas. Well, I'm just going to throw this out there. But all of those people who are charging those food trucks, right, if they all turned around and charged at Hamas, Hamas would not be able to cope with it. So why aren't the people overrunning Hamas? There's enough of them, they can do it. Like the patriots in the UK are now standing up and peacefully protesting outside these hotels and doing it the right way, because we don't have these issues here being controlled by terrorists with guns and no moral compass. So yeah, so he also put that kibosh on Israel. The people who were attacked, the people who still haven't got their hostages back, and the people who are doing everything in legal terms to defend their sovereignty. So, yeah, I don't think that's fair to ask Israel to arrange a ceasefire when Israel are sick of Hamas not coming in. Here, let's see what he said to Hamas.
Our message to the terrorists of Hamas is unchanged and unequivocal. They must immediately release all of the hostages, sign up to a ceasefire, disarm, and accept that they will play no part in the government of Gaza.
Okay, well, we all know that is never going to happen in a month of Sundays, is it? Didn't they do this before? Didn't they say, right, we'll set you up as a democracy, so you will have a political party, Hamas, and another political party, forgive me, I didn't remember what they were called. So they all had a big general election. Of course, Hamas won because they went round and threatened everyone. And then once they won and they were in government, they assassinated the opposition. So there was no opposition again, and it's just Hamas's dictation. So they've done that. They've done that. Why are we keeping appeasing terrorists who have no care for Israel? The only democratic country pretty much in the Middle East. Unbelievable. Anyway, so with lieu of the situation with the starvation, people in absolute poverty, not poverty, absolute poverty, no water, no food, just no chance. I mean, it's horrific, absolutely horrific. So what's being done? Check the clip.
We want to get the children fed. We made a contribution a week ago of $60 million, all going into food. We only hope the food goes to the people that need it, because so much, as you know, when you do something there, it gets taken by Hamas or somebody, but it gets taken. But and we're prepared to help. You know, we want to help. It's a terrible situation.
It is. It absolutely is. So there's the leader of the free world, President Trump, telling us what he's doing in terms of trying to get some food into Gaza. He's saying the problem is Hamas are not allowing the aid to come in, and if they're stealing it and then selling it at extortionate rates to the residents to be able to buy arms, more arms than Iran can send them, that is. So it's only right that we hear what the reaction was from Israel. So we've heard Keir Starmer issuing his ultimatum to Israel, issuing his ultimatum to Hamas. We've seen President Trump about getting the logistics of feeding the children on the go. What did Netanyahu and the Prime Minister of Israel say? So he says, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, Starmer rewards Hamas's monstrous terrorism and punishes its victims. A jihadist state on Israel's border today will threaten Britain tomorrow. Appeasement towards jihadist terrorists always fails. It will fail you too. It will not happen. Pretty strong words coming out of Netanyahu there. But he has lived this. Israel have lived this. They've given enough chances to Hamas to sort it out. The people need to rise up and do something, or they're going to die. So strong words there. Now, it come to light, I haven't got the video, I didn't really like the bloke, so I don't really want to give him too much airtime. But it come to light that Mark Carney, the Prime Minister for Canada, or is he the President? I'm going to go with he's Prime Minister of Canada, what am I talking about? It's a sovereign country. Has come out as well to state that he is planning to recognise Palestine as a state towards a two-state solution. And the State of Israel, the Israel Foreign Ministry, has come out and said, Foreign Ministry statement, Israel rejects the statement by the Prime Minister of Canada. The change in the position of the Canadian government at this time is a reward for Hamas and harms the efforts to achieve a ceasefire in Gaza and a framework for the release of the hostages. Unbelievable. Since when are we... So what Keir Starmer plans to do is he plans to go in September to the United Nations Council and put a case forward to say Israel, of course, done a ceasefire and Hamas have given up their arms and have fed the people. We want to reward Palestine as a two-state solution. Now, I'm going to tell you for free right now, the US will veto that. And that is why Keir Starmer wants this to be without veto. I mean, where does he get off? Who made him the leader of the free world? Slippery Starmer is absolutely useless as a chocolate fireguard. I tell you what, right? It probably... I don't want to rile you up or anything, but he's probably going to get to a stage where he goes, I'll tell you what, actually, because America vetoed this lunatic idea at the UN Council in September, let's just bankroll Hamas. Let's give them loads of dough. Let's unprescribe them as terrorists, call them victims. In fact, we'll just bring them all to the UK with the Hong Kongans, the Afghans, the Ukrainians. We'll stick them in with the people who are coming on boats. I mean, everyone's welcome. Don't even get me started on this. Don't even get me started on this. But what we'll do is we'll wrap it up there. I don't want to bore the hell out of you. I will be keeping an eye on this because I don't think that Keir Starmer is looking at the bigger picture. He's just buckling to his backbenchers, his Muslim votes, and I don't like it. I didn't vote for that. I voted to sort our lives out here in the UK before helping everyone else out. I'm sorry, but flight attendants, put your own mask on first before helping the next person. And on that note, it's Pete from MV UK.